I hit your FaceTime on the late night. You say you don't need no one. I know you lying. Say lying. Girl, what you hiding? Say I'm gonna try my luck. I hope you like it. Hope you're excited. How do you ride? Yeah, yeah. I'll change your mind, yeah. You'll be my rider. Look at the front now. She frontin' on the ball. What I ain't waiting for. I'm about to call the phone. Know, yeah, but I want you.
Hey bosses, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Tokslabossmua. So today's your first time stopping by to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. If you bosses go ahead and smash that subscribe button below, okay? Also bosses, do not forget to turn on your notification button, because every time you do, every time your girl upload a dope video like this bosses, you bosses will be first to know. Yeah. So yeah bosses, so we're pretty much doing a wig review on UNice Hair. So I actually colored this hair bosses, so I'm going to take you into how I dyed this hair and also how I styled it. So if you bosses want to see how this whole hair came about and more details on his hair, you got to keep on watching the video. Without further ado bosses, let's hop into the video.
Tomorrow no promise, so me no turn on me hard. Man live without limit. Man in it to win it. Live without limit.
Hey bosses, yes, big shout out to UNice Hair for sending me this 13x6 lace frontal wig, 150% density. This hair is actually 22 inches bosses. This is a Brazilian curly wig. This hair is beautiful. It has a pre-plucked lace, and it also comes with like 3 combs, 2 to the sides and 1 in the back, and also a little adjusted strap in there. This hair is beautiful, and you can see by the pre-pluckedness and the baby hair in the front, this hair is amazing. Cannot wait to rock this hair. Big shout out once again, and thank you so much to UNice Hair for sending me this hair. I love it. Okay bosses, let's begin with the process. So I actually put a little bit of BW2 into the bowl, and I'm just going to mix it with the 30 volume. And to tell you the truth bosses, this method actually did a good job for me. I'm going in with the Adore dye today bosses, so let's see how everything comes about. What you want to do is get the gloves on, and I already went ahead and add a little bit of Vaseline into the roots of the cap. This is like a protective shield to make sure you do not overly bleach your knots. So this actually really worked. Okay bosses, so I'm just pretty much mixing all the ingredients into the mixing bowl, and now I'm going to begin into lathering it over the hair. You want to make sure to get every bits and pieces of the hair bosses to make sure it bleeds to the highest capacity. So this was really good. Mixing it together actually did work bosses. And as you go into lathering it into the hair, make sure to flip the hair round and about to make sure all the ingredients actually take into the hair. And as you do that, then you can move on so forth to the next strand. So separating the hair is pretty much the best way to do it, because I've noticed separating the hair shows me all the hair that I've got and all the hair that I didn't touch yet. So yeah, I went ahead and flipped the hair over like I stated to make sure every inches that I missed was just perfect. Okay bosses, now we're going to be moving on to the water method. So right now I have a boiling hot water into the bowl, and I'm going to be using the Adore lavender into it. I decided to mix like the light purple with the dark purple to see if I was able to get the color. As you bosses can see, as I'm dipping the hair in, I'm going to mix that up really good, make sure everything catched in. Now I'm going to go into the hair. The hair actually looked like a sandy blondish kind of look, so I really thought it was going to catch in really well. I don't recommend actually using the BW2 because I feel like it just didn't do well with bleaching the hair how I wanted it to bleach the hair. So now I winged it out. I just said, okay, so I'm not seeing the color really showing on the hair there, as you bosses can see. So I went ahead and dipped the Adore, the lavender, but the more darker purple to that. And when I did that, I seen like strands of like streaks of purple just showing out into the hair, but just not how I actually wanted it to be. I wanted it to be perfectly bleached and turn into straight purple hair, but I didn't get that. I just kind of got like streaks then. So now I realized that it's pretty much try and error, and now I realize what to do next and what not to do. So you bosses are going to get first hand to seeing how the hair looks. Me, I wasn't even sure when the hair dries how it's going to turn out, but it turned out pretty good because I got a whole lot of compliment on this hair. As you can see, bosses, when I show you there, you can see like the streaks. I'm just dipping it in still. See there? All the streaks of the purple was showing. So I was like, okay, when it dries, maybe it might be a little bit much better. So let's see how this hair kind of turned out, bosses. So I'm just going in with the stocking cap, bosses, and I'm going in with the NC50, putting that all over the perimeters of my head, bosses, and just making sure it looks natural as possible. The next thing I'm going to do is just go into the roots of the cap and just go ahead and color it in very much, because I really like the roots of the cap, the wig, to look as natural as possible. As you bosses can see, that's the color of the hair. It's streaks of purple and it looks like blue highlights. I don't even know how it got to that point, but it looks delicious. I really like the turnout, so I wasn't upset with that. And also, bosses, that's the roots of the cap. You always want to go ahead and color it in. I'm going to go ahead and size my adjusted band up to make sure this wig is very snugged on my head, and go ahead and sew it into the cap. After that's done, I'm just going to go ahead and position it here and just begin to cut the lace from around the perimeters of my head. Make sure to cut your lace in a zigzag kind of sort of motion. It doesn't really have to be perfect, bosses. You just have to make sure you just cut it just right to the point where it doesn't look too out of control, but yet again look like your natural hairline. So that's what I was doing over there. As you can see, all the NC50 got all on the roots. Okay, bosses, so right now I'm going to be going in with the Got To Be and the Got To Be spraying gel, because this is going to ensure that the lace wig is pretty much laid. I'm going to just dab a little bit in my hands. You know how that goes. And then I'm going to go into applying the spray into that to make it harden up. Then I'm going to just put that in the perimeters all around my headline to make sure the wig is going to be snugged and stay on into place, bosses. Yes. Spray that down. Spray down. So I'm pretty much just adjusting the wig, bosses, making sure that it's on properly. I'm going to go into a little bit of mousse just to profile the hair. Make sure that it's in place where I need it to be for me to go ahead and do the baby hair. Also, I'm just going in and just sectioning out the baby hair, because you bosses know I'm a baby hair fanatic. So I'm going in with that little cutter and just cutting it down lower than I can, because I really like my baby hair really thin and really short. So you know the baby hair is the process, so you just got to keep practicing, bosses, to be great at it. I've been practicing for years and I'm still not the best at doing my baby hair, but it works so far, so good. So I'm just positioning it, laying it down, and as I position it, I could definitely see that the dye is I could see that the dye was a little bit runny, but I think it's perfectly because I did use a lot of dye in this hair. And you know, when the hair is fairly new, I guess it kind of like shows that the dye is a little bit runny. I'm not really sure because I never really used the purple dye for the brand that I used before, but I have used that brand. So I'm just blow drying my hair right now to just make sure it's in place and intact instead of tying it down this time around. Big shout out to UNice, bosses, because this hair definitely came right on time, bosses. Right now UNice is having a really big sale, so you bosses definitely need to check them out. And also, bosses, this hair did not have any shedding. Like, it's just minimum shedding. Of course, if you comb your curly hair, it is going to shed a little bit, but it wasn't like a deep and crazy shedding, bosses. Smell wise, this hair did not have much smell, but like I stated in this video, I did color and dye the hair, so whatever smell that was on this hair was definitely demolished because I dyed and colored it, of course, right? I like how it came out, but I really wasn't expecting like a dark purplish. I really thought it was going to catch, but I think it's because the peroxide and bleach and everything I used and developer. This is why I actually got this color. But so far I am loving the little purple highlights and everything like that. Let's turn around. And all I went ahead and I actually just parted it right here. It looks right now. I'm just feeling this hair right now. I love the purple. I mean, I was hoping for a lighter purple, but this dark purple is not bad at all. You can part it anywhere. So yes, bosses, this hair is a Brazilian curly wig. This hair is actually 13 by 6 lace frontal wig. And also, yeah, bosses, as you can see, we have a whole lot of lace. So you can part the hair anywhere you like. So I decided to part it here. And you bosses saw how I created the baby hair. So that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna go ahead and add a little bit more of the water and a lot of body into my hair. So if you bosses love this hair, you already know where to get it. You can get this hair at UNice.com. What I really like about this hair is that so far since I got the hair and I bleached it and dyed it, it has not been shedding how I thought it would. Really, I rock this hair. I got so many compliments. Really do like it. So if you bosses like this purple hair, you definitely need to go ahead down in the description. Check out UNice for Black Friday, bosses. The sale are crazy right now. You don't want to miss it. After I recorded it, after I actually dyed the hair, I wore it out for the night and I got so many compliments. Even when I was walking through the airport, everybody was just telling me how much they just love the hair. The hair is just beautiful. Overall, from bleaching the hair, I don't feel like the hair lost its curly pattern. I feel like this is actually grade A wig because, come on, the curl pattern is actually in there and it looks amazing. This wig, this is a 22 inches Brazilian curly lace wig. So if you love the length, because I'm pretty short, but the length is pretty long, bosses. So you can definitely dabble with it a lot. And winter is here. And so yeah, long hair is definitely in. And you won't have to worry about, you know, being cold while you're rocking this hair. Also, not to forget, UNice is having a big Black Friday sale, bosses. I definitely think you bosses need to check it out. I will leave you bosses some discounts in the description below. Do check that out if you want to know more about this hair and all the hair that UNice have online, bosses. Thank you bosses so much for watching this video. I definitely love the hair. I love how it came out. You know, bosses, if you love how the hair came out, you can always leave me a comment down below. Let me know how much you like the hair and how much you just can't wait. Anyway, bosses, thank you bosses so much for checking out my YouTube channel today. God bless. Bye bye.